New Zealand do a demolition job on abject Italy. My name's Mark, let's talk rugby. Italy just architects of their own downfall really in this one. New Zealand, they got the first sustained period of attack from a scrum in the Italian 22 thanks to Italian knock-on when they tried to play too much ball close to their own line. Talked about this so many times about Italy that they tried to play ball in the wrong areas of the field, but tonight there was more than that wrong with the game. Initially though, the Italian defence, they do really well and they push New Zealand back to the edge of the 22 through multiple phases. New Zealand though, they go left with some big carries and then a crossfield kick from Beauden Barrett allows Will Jordan to dive in to finish in the corner for what has become his customary try. Mo'unga converts for 7-0. We then have a great carry from Canone, gets Italy on the front foot. Surveyor, he's off feet and it's a penalty to Italy. Allen makes a 7-3 from the tee. Beauden Barrett then puts the ball out on the full at the restart, scrum back to Italy, and you're thinking, okay, well maybe Italy can, do something here and get themselves some kind of, position in the game. Varney then, he puts a sweet kick right into the corner. New Zealand have a defensive 5-metre line out to navigate. They deal it well and they kick clear. Not really much pressure from Italy, but at least for a little while, Italy, they're playing in the right areas of the field, trying to keep it down the New Zealand end, but that doesn't last for long. Series of penalties allows New Zealand to come forward. They set up the maul. Backs are in there to help and they go over. Arlen Smith is actually at the back of this one and he scores. Mo'unga converts for 14-3. And, Italy discipline was a huge problem for them. They were giving away penalties in the scrum and also at the breakdown, and really meant that they couldn't get any kind of momentum early in the game. New Zealand then counter from the restart. Surveyor bursts up the middle. Really strong carry from him to break through the tackle through the line. Onto Barrett and then out to Talea. He shrugs off a couple of tackles and then goes over to score. Converted for 21-3 and Italy just looking shell-shocked at this stage. Not long after that, Surveyor cruises over for the bonus point try. Conversion makes it 28-3 and it seems, not even Italy believed that they had a chance in this one, which is very sad to see because, everyone basically assumed before we even started the Rugby World Cup that was France and New Zealand going through to the quarterfinals. Italy, the only real, potential threat for either of those teams, and the performance tonight is just a beggar's belief really. New Zealand though, they're not taking the foot off the gas. Smith darts in for his second and it's 35-3. Mo'unga adds the extras. Mo'unga then with a lovely dummy, he puts Jordy Barrett through a hole and then he puts Smith over for his hat-trick. Conversion makes it 42-3 and Italy just getting blitzed. New Zealand then hunting another try before half time. Italy concede penalties close to their own line. Seems inevitable that New Zealand will get over. Don't know how Italy didn't get a yellow card in this game for the amount of penalties they gave away. Maybe the referee just had some sympathy for them, but New Zealand maul it close to the line and then Sabea breaks off to go over. Mo'unga makes his 49-3 at half time. Italy looking better at the start of the second half, but in fairness, they couldn't look any worse. Hold on to the ball. They run some good patterns and then Garbisi makes a half break. They're up into the New Zealand 22. Allen gets bundled into touch. Retallick then gets pinged for offside. Italy can go up the line. Comes to nothing as the line-out malfunctions, which it did on too many occasions for Italy tonight. But then Italy, at this stage, they're the ones winning penalties. They put on a bit of pressure at the breakdown. Another penalty and another chance, but Frizzell nicks it for New Zealand at the line-out. Italy, though, they continue to apply that pressure. They finally claim a line-out in the 22. They could push back, but then they spread it. Monte Ioane, he gets outside of Rico Ioane, gives it on to Allen, and then he puts Capuozzo in the corner. Great finish from Capuozzo there as well. Allen makes it 49-10. We then have another Italy error. Almost straight away allows Retallick to go over for New Zealand. Mo'unga converts this for 56-10. Too easy for New Zealand. Capuoto, he breaks for Italy, does well to evade a few tackles. Telea, he comes back to make that tackle on him though. New Zealand then come back upfield. Roygaard then has a try chalked off. Basically, he got tackled and then he rolled towards the try line and then placed the ball. So the referee said, it wasn't the momentum of the tackle. He basically rolled himself towards the try line. So penalty to Italy. Italy then, though, they kick up the line and overthrow at the line out. Taylor then feeds Telea. He bursts through the line and off to Papilihu, who does well to finish, converted for 63-10. Dane Coles then has just an easy run down the wing for try number 10 as Italy's defence go completely absent without leave. Mo'unga misses his first conversion of the night. It's 68-10. Italy just getting dominated at the scrum. New Zealand, use it to good effect for Mackenzie to go over from a solid attacking scrum. Nice kick from Will Jordan then, claimed by Sabea, and he offloads to Jordan to go over for his second try. New Zealand then running more tries from Coles and Leonard Brown as they get up to 96 points, threatening to get that 100 points, but Italy have the final say. It's not even a consolation try. You can't concede 96 points as a tier 1 nation and consider, getting a try at the end any sort of consolation, but they do get a try. Odogwu, who breaks, then finds Monte Ioane, and he does well to score in the corner under pressure from a number of New Zealand players. That gets converted. Final score 96-17. And, New Zealand, excellent. Italy, just abject, terrible. And, if Kieran Crowley wasn't already leaving the Italian job at the end of this World Cup, I think that would have been the death knell for him in charge there. What can you say? Italy, we've seen them be positive and making progress. We talked about how, playing in the wrong areas of the field is going to hurt them. And a team like New Zealand, we say they're not as good as they were, but they're still so good at punishing errors. And I think they're still one of the best teams in the world at doing that. And one thing that New Zealand do is they never take the foot off the throat. If there's points there to be scored, they're going to score them. Other top teams like Ireland, Ireland or France at times may leave points on the field against teams like Italy, but none of that from New Zealand. It's hard to say how good they were because Italy were so bad, but it still, sets them up well for that quarterfinal. Who is it going to be though? We don't know yet until Ireland and Scotland kind of settle that issue. But if you're the team having to face up against them and looking at that performance there, you're thinking, okay, we've got to be at our absolute best or we're going home. Such was the performance from New Zealand there.